Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. You already know what it is. And I got my guy JR Fizzy with me today. Yo, JR, man, how you been, man?
I've been good. I've been really good, apart from the obvious, which I'm sure we're going to get into. But yeah, man, I've been good, man. What about you?
Bro, it's been mad. Like, YouTube, work life, everything lockdown happening, getting rid of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And just, obviously, you've seen social media, everything I do with the terrace, sometimes it can give me a lot of heat. So,
Bro, sometimes I see literally, they'll post something and I'll see like the Twitter timeline and I'm like, oh my God, what has he done now? I literally just scroll through. I'm like, what has he said now? Oh my God, it's crazy. It is crazy. I can't lie.
No, but there's sometimes I'm joking and there's sometimes I'm dead serious. And people can't distinguish which one is which.
Yeah. I feel
like yesterday, I was joking when I said the grass was laced. But when I said,
I was gonna say, because I saw it and I was like, he's come on, he is joking. Like, that's not serious. That's definitely not serious.
Yeah. But when I said Chelsea, when I said Chelsea did have Chelsea did have an advantage over Real Madrid because of the rain, I was dead serious. Because technically speaking, the ball drifts faster, and your muscle memory when you're passing the ball, you can't put the same weight on it when it's raining than when it's not raining. And you don't expect a player like Modric to over-miss a wide-open player on the left wing.
Yeah, and I get you. I get what you're saying. Obviously, when conditions are different, I get it. A ball move, like, sometimes the ball gets stuck in the grass and all that. But I don't, bro. It's two teams. They both play in the rain. Like,
you're thinking I'm a head case,
bro. I can't. I can't. Yeah.
Okay. So first thing I want to get out of the way. What's your stance on Arteta? Has it changed?
Nah, he's got to go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was Arteta out a while before a lot of people. The thing is, right? For me, I'm not like I won't just go and be like, Arteta's out. He's get him out, and then everything's gonna be sorted. Because I think if that does happen, it's just not the case. Like, it's not, if you get Arteta out tomorrow, like, let's say we sack Arteta now, right? We sack Arteta now. Tomorrow, we're not all just gonna wake up and everything like, oh, everything at Arsenal's rosy again.
Yeah,
like, it's just not gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? But in my personal opinion, is our squad better than like 3-4 years ago? Probably not. No, right?
Okay,
probably not. But I do think that a better manager could get more out of these players. For me, the problem really lies, the major problem obviously lies with the board, the owner, all of that, right? That is all, we know all of that exists. But when we talk about on a Saturday evening or a Saturday afternoon, or for example, a Thursday, yesterday night, evening, when that 11 goes out on the pitch, that is the manager's responsibility, right? Stan Kroenke chilling in America, it's just, he's over there. He doesn't even know we're playing. Let's be real. There was a quote. Remember that quote? Yeah, there's a quote that came out saying, oh, an owner doesn't know what team, like what color their team's playing. That was Stan Kroenke. Let's be honest, right? That was Stan Kroenke. We know that, right? So for me, a manager's responsibility is what happens on the pitch. That's a manager's responsibility, because an owner, a board, they're not going to come every single week to every training session, etc., etc. What happens above him, he has less control over. That's where your Edu, Vinay, Kroenke, all these people come in. That's when all these other factors come in. But for me, bro, what I saw yesterday, right? I was having heart palpitations on my sofa when I was watching the game. On a serious level, I really was. I don't know what was going on.
So what I'm about to show you next might give you more heart competitions.
Oh God!
This is the man Arteta himself, right? So this is the man that I'm gonna defend. I'm not gonna defend him because I feel like he's the best man to do the job. I'm not gonna defend him because I feel like he's gonna win us trophies. I'm gonna defend that he is not the sole problem, and we both agree on that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah, I agree on that.
Sacking him tomorrow will not get us a league title or an FA Cup or another major honor anytime soon, right?
The thing, I don't know about anytime soon, because I've seen managers come in and do it, but I understand what point you're making. So I do agree with what you're saying. He is definitely not the sole problem. I need to make that very clear. Arteta is not the sole problem at the club. I agree with that.
Okay. So first, I'm going to just bring in Corey and Gunnar Express. Pick up the Corey and Gunnar Express. Liven up the panel a little bit. Now, next, we got the next part that I wanted to show you guys was this right here. So if you guys know, I've mentioned numerous times that the board and everybody in the back room changing, we need consistency and continuity. And when I say that, I mean we need we need a leader from the top down. We need a proper structure. And if we have a structure like this that changes every given window, and you have Gazidis, Sven-Mislintat, and Sinelli who have one window. You have Vinay, Mislintat, and Sinelli who don't even get a window together because Mislintat leaves before the next window opens. Then you have Sinelli and Vinay have one window together. Then they bring in Edu. They have two windows together. And now Raul's gone, and you have another two windows where these two guys are the head. And by next window, we don't know. There might be another manager, another person to deal with, and another person in the leadership that are making the decisions. And it's not good when you consistently have in a 2-year process. Okay, let me change the word from process to a 2-year project, that you have that many changes in leadership, not even including the manager.
I get that. I do get that. And like you say, obviously at the end of the day, right, if you keep changing things and keep swapping things, eventually like it is going to get to a point where you're like, okay, right, something's going wrong here. We can't just keep changing every single person every single year. I do understand that. I just think that with Arteta, the problem is for me is, right, one, whoever hired him, get rid, because for Arsenal Football Club, in my personal opinion, I just don't get how you can go from Wenger. Okay, we tried it with Emery and experience, etc., didn't work out, right? But I don't understand how you can go from Wenger to then Emery to then someone who's never managed a football game before. That's my real problem with him, which is why what we saw yesterday with the whole false nine business with Emil Smith Rowe, right? Bro, he saw Pep play it the day before. He thought, you know what? I was at Man City. Let me try play it as well. Like, I just don't. You just don't do that in a European semi-final. You just don't really make that. No, obviously not. Listen, it's all bants and jokes, but I don't really understand how you can go from like a system that you've never tried and tested in leagues, in league games or anything like that, to just, you know what, European semi-final, cool. We're going to try. It just doesn't really make sense to me. And I think those kind of mistakes are so naive to the normal person. The whole Twitter timeline, everyone on, streams, watch-alongs, everyone was saying, why on earth are you playing Emil Smith Rowe up front? First of all, he's one of our younger players, right? Who have he's never played in that position before. And then secondly, you've never even tried that in any other league game or any other competition game, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We got two JRs here.
Two JRs. Hey, let's go.
JR meet JR. JR meet Gunner Express. Corey, and we got Tom. Tom's a West Ham fan, but he's more Arteta out than any Arsenal fan.
Why?
He's a West Ham fan. He should be Arteta in, man. He's loving life.
Yeah. In Europe, you're in Europe, aren't you?
You should be doing all this, doing all of that. That's what you should be doing. J Lings and all that.
J Lings, baby.
Nah. Can you believe?
Let me get JR. We've gotten JR Fizzy's point of view. Yeah. Let's ask JR. Are you Arteta in, Arteta out? Arteta on about?
I wasn't even down with it from the start. If you remember,
I agree. I agree.
From the first few games, I said, if you remember, you didn't know the video, so it doesn't exist. But I wish the videos existed. My exact words were, he's going to fall on that sword of trusting these players. I said that then. And then now, he's let a lot of them go, which is cool. But now it's just his decisions. He's indecisive. Like yesterday, what the hell was that? What has Martinelli done to this guy? Seriously. It makes no sense. Okay. Even play Eddie Nketiah up front. He chose to play Pepe.
No, it was Smith Rowe.
Was that?
It's Smith. It was playing Smith Rowe.
Oh, Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
okay,
like
cool.
it just.
It's
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it.
Smith Rowe's a good player. Very technical. He's got the ability. He's got all these things, but he's not. He can't. He's not even a goal.
He's not a goal scorer. He's not a goal. Yeah.
So why? Yeah. Why would you do that?
And you're trying it in our biggest game of the season.
Yeah,
Willock got more goals than all your midfielders.
So we got Gunner Express, who's Arteta out. We have JR, who was never with it from the beginning. JR Fizzy, who has now completely gone on that side. Corey,
I'm like 2 or 3 bad games away to going out. Like I'm like actually.
You're on the fence. You're on the fence. People in the comment section, tell me if you're Arteta in or if you're Arteta out. And now, if you guys could give me 2 minutes after Gunner Express goes, I'll explain why I'm still Arteta in and what I feel could change in the coming future. But Gunner Express, take it away.
Go on, GE. Go on.
The one thing that shocks me the most recently is how anyone can still be Arteta in. Because I've asked this question now all day to Arteta ins. First off, what is his style of play? Second off, how has he improved us? And third off, who has he improved? I've not got a solid answer from any of them. The reason is there is no answer. He hasn't improved us. There is no player that is properly improved, and there is no style of play. That's it. That's the only answer. Because every single time I ask them, they always say, oh, it's common sense, this and that. So why don't you tell me then? Educate me on it. Yeah. I still don't get an answer. There is no style of play.
Okay, break down. What's your question one by one so I can try to answer them?
What is the style of play under Arteta?
Okay, the style of play for Arteta, honestly, it changes consistently. Exactly. There's no consistent style of play. I will admit that.
That's why he's a bad manager.
I say I know exactly what.
Okay, so what's the next question?
How has he improved us?
Okay, he has improved us defensively at times throughout the season. We were better set up defensively to go into big games. When it comes to the smaller teams, that hindered us because in the bigger games we are better set up. But in defense, in the attacking end against the smaller teams, we're struggling to break down low blocks. And when you say who has he improved, you can say throughout the time that he's come in, you could say there's been an upturn in form from Granit Xhaka. You could say that Smith Rowe and Saka have improved, but that's gradual improvements by themselves anyways, regardless probably. And then there has been an upturn in form from other individual players. My mind escapes me right now who they are, but there has been at least, I could say maybe 4 to 5 players he has improved in his time here.
Well,
think of the others.
Just a second question. How has he improved as a defensive bit? I think that's a bunch of bollocks, personally. We've conceded 2 less goals than Brighton, who were 17th. Brighton, and we're celebrating that as a success. That's shocking. 37 goals in a season, and I get that. That's not particularly bad, but to say that he's improved us defensively, no, he hasn't. All he's actually done is take away all the creativity, take away all the attacking threat that we've got, and instead put it in defense. The defense is still one of the worst in the leagues. The 4 defenders consistently aren't good enough, any of them, other than maybe Tierney, but he can't do it himself. Okay. And at the end of the day, we haven't got any creativity. And I solely do believe that Aubameyang is worse this season down to Arteta. I get there's lots of factors. I agree. His mum dying, which obviously nobody could predict.
His mum died?
Grandmother.
His grandmother died. His mum was ill. His mum was ill. Sorry.
Yeah, his mum was ill. He's had a lot going on this season. He's had a lot.
Malaria as well. And I see a lot of people saying that he had the malaria. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for the whole season, bro.
At least 15 times.
But the thing with malaria as well, the funniest thing is they're acting like it's an excuse for the whole season. He got it 3 weeks ago. So how can it be an excuse? There is no sole excuse for Aubameyang this season. It's not solely Arteta's fault for me why he's regressed. There are those factors as well. But what about the time periods when there was no factor?
There was no
malaria, there was no illnesses, anything like that.
Sorry, Gunnar Express. I've done my research today, so I'm gonna improve. I'm gonna show you guys a bunch of things, and I brought a bunch of you guys that are on one side, so I can at least adequately improve my ability to explain things.
This is gonna be madness.
Where do we want to begin?
This is gonna be carnage.
Yeah, bro. Tommy, I'm gonna have to take you out, bro. If you're gonna
okay. I'm gonna be the referee, innit? I'm gonna be the referee.
Okay.
And I'm on the fence.
Where do you want me to begin? Yeah, I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna begin with.
No, why do you want him in?
I've already mentioned the hierarchy problem, right? Now let's look at the deep right. Let's look at the squad and the rot that's in the squad, right? And also, while we're looking at the squad and the rot that's in the squad, I've also separated the regimes and the signings that they've made in each regime. Okay, so look at this right here. So the red is for Gazidis, Sven Mislintat, and Gazidis, Sven Mislintat, and Don. Why did I say
Don Robbie?
You can say Don
Robbie.
Don Robbie, right?
Don Robbie, bro.
Finelli, Vinay, and Mislintat are the green. The yellow which there isn't any, is just Sinelli and Vinay. Then you got the other green. Oh my god, I can't even see the difference in colors. Okay, I messed up a little bit, but you guys, okay, so you guys can see clearly the squad, right? My point is the squad is imbalanced. We have three right backs, we have 3 center backs that are actually adequate in my opinion to be using. Plus, and I
don't think Rob Holding.
I'm not even including Rob Holding in that. I'm including Pablo Mari. So we have two left-footed center backs that we can trust. Rob Holding shouldn't even be on this. I'm sorry. It should be Pablo Mari. The right-sided center back, we only have David Luiz. We have 1 left back. We have 4 midfielders. Only 2 of them are adequate, in my opinion. Ceballos and El Neni are not good enough. We have Odegaard, who's not our player. We have Smith Rowe, who's an academy kid. We have Reece Nelson, Martinelli, and Aubameyang on the left. That we really shouldn't even be using Aubameyang on the left. Reece Nelson is an afterthought. Saka and Pepe, Balogun and Eddie Nketiah. Realistically, I'm an absolute idiot to think this team was going to make top 4.
But this is what I'm saying. The people are telling me Arteta is working magic and telling me that he's working top 4 with this. Because apparently after FA Cup, we were like, you know what? If we get, if we get an hour and a party, we're making top 4. No, we're not. We're not. Listen, the squad's shit. I'll be honest with you. The squad is not great, right? It isn't. But if you're meaning to tell me that this squad cannot get past the Leeds squad, that is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I do not believe that, for example, swap Bielsa and Arteta. Who's getting better out of our players? Arteta or Bielsa?
Bielsa.
He's come from the championship. He's got championship players. All of his signings have been injured. He's been playing championship players. He's put Calvin Phillips at centre back. That's a CDM. Bielsa's getting more out of our squad than Arteta. That's my point. That's what I think. What a lot of people are saying. Where
it's really funny as well.
Let me link this.
Can I just say one quick thing about Bielsa? Just on that point, Bamford last season scored barely any goals. He was awful. Leeds fans.
Gunnar Dre's out.
Yeah,
Leeds fans genuinely thought that Nketiah would come in and do them bits, right?
Legit,
Bamford was that bad. They were relying on Jean-Philippe Augustin. I don't even know. That's how bad Bamford was. This season, the guy scored double figures. He's got more goals than I'm pretty sure Lacazette, I want to say. Look how good that guy is. That's what Bielsa can do. He can turn this crap striker.
He's been given chances.
I'm trying to say I'm blindly supporting Arteta. I'm trying to show you the reasons why I'm supporting him. Okay. Next, Arteta in. You can't have his consistent style of player, and players will be found out. Main issue is the coaching and man management. Our squad are the real problems. Oh, okay. The main issue is not basically. I think he's trying to say that the main issue is the squad.
He said main issue is coaching and man management. Squad and owners are a problem, but man management and coaching. Listen, I'm sorry, but Kroenke's not calling Arteta yesterday and saying, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, you've got 3 strikers on the bench. Keep them there. Play Emil Smith Rowe up front." That's not a Kroenke problem. I'm sorry, but it doesn't take a miracle worker to see that you don't do that. Do you know what? Do that at the weekend at Newcastle this weekend. Do that.
Exactly.
No one cares.
Exactly.
No one cares. We're 10th. No one cares. We're not getting relegated. We're not getting Champions League through league position. Do that there. Do that on Sunday. Whatever. Emil Smith Rowe. Have fun. Do whatever you want. Learn a new position.
Yeah, right? I wouldn't do that.
Don't do that. You don't do that at a semi-final European competition. We're so dead in Europe. He almost sabotaged us.
You know why we're so dead this season? My theory why we're so dead and why we've had such bad performances all season is because we cannot create enough chances to actually.
Because of Arteta.
That is a criticism that I've heavily put on Arteta. Don't get me wrong.
You play well, he drops you the game after.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I've said this 100 times.
Can I make a point as well? There's a common misconception about how the reason why is because we don't have a cam. That's rubbish, right? For a start, there's 2 reasons. First off, Smith Rowe and Ødegaard have been here, and I genuinely believe Ødegaard's. I don't want him. I don't know about you.
Me neither. I haven't seen much.
I don't think he's good.
100%.
I haven't rated him since he's been
here.
He's a fraud. I got called.
I agree.
All the names under the sun. Oh, you're being negative. Oh, he's this and that. He's really good. No, he's not. He's a liability and he needs to go. But my point is this. He's got those two players, and Smith Rowe and Ødegaard are definitely good enough to create more than we are now. I'm not saying Ødegaard's a bad player, but he's not playing well. And Emery didn't have an attacking midfielder. Yes, he had Ozil, but he was awful at the time. Ramsey, I guess you could maybe count, but
He's on the way down.
Was he really? Exactly, he was leaving anyway, so he wasn't going to play as well as he could have done. So my point is this. How was Emery getting that many goals out of Arsenal? Yes, he conceded a lot, but he got that many goals out of Aubameyang, quite a lot out of Lacazette as well. He got double figures out of Martinelli. How is he doing that when he's meant to be worse than Arteta? Yet Arteta can't even get double figures out of Martinelli and can't get 20 out of Aubameyang.
Okay.
No,
just before we go any further, is Arteta the solution? Is Arteta sacking Arteta? Is that the solution, or is that just part of the problem?
Yeah, solution. Get rid of him.
It's
not. Look, don't get me wrong.
Get rid of him tomorrow. Are we automatically just going to become a great team again?
No, but
the point is this. Yeah.
Do the job.
No
is he
manager.
Part of the problem?
No manager will take us to top level football. And what I mean by top level football, I mean Champions League contenders, Premier League winners. No manager will ever get us to that level under Kroenke. But my point is this: we as Arsenal fans, we can't just expect Kroenke to leave. That's different. This is his business. If he don't want to leave, he doesn't leave. Okay. My point is this: in terms of getting us to at least Champions League again, where we can be there for a long time and at least attempt to challenge, where we can be challenging for maybe the league every now and then and being in the top four, top level managers can take us there. Arteta can't. So in terms of the solution of getting us back to top four, yes, sacking him is what we need to do. And look, we've just seen it with Bayern Munich. They just spent £25 million on Nagelsmann, who I don't even think's that good a manager yet. Ooh. They've just gone and done that. Why? No, he's a good manager. I think he needs more time to develop personally. But why can't we just? I want an owner who's going to come in and spend 25 million on Ancelotti, or even I'm going to get clipped, yeah. But go and ask about Pep Guardiola. Ask how much it would cost to get him out. Not saying go and buy him out, but just ask. Ask it. You can't go wrong with asking.
Basically, act like you're a big club.
Exactly.
Try to make big moves, even if it fails. Mm-hmm. You're still showing
the ambition.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you guys simple questions, and I want yes or no answers. And I'm not gonna give you loaded questions. I'm literally gonna ask you simple questions. First question: do you feel like the hierarchy has been a problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you feel like recruitment has been a problem?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you feel like we have adequate holes in our squad that we just do not address, and that's part of the recruitment?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, do you think we've got have we got holes in our squad?
One left back and three right backs.
Yeah, but again, who left Kolasinac go? Was that an Arteta decision? Because that's another big problem.
We had to let him go on loan so he could get game time. We wouldn't have to. There's an option to buy. There's an obligation
to
buy.
Let him go, you cover him. You replace him.
Yeah, we let him go.
There is no obligation to buy with Kolasinac. The deal was this.
The thing is, what I'm saying is you shouldn't have let him go if having a left back.
If they don't get relegated.
Yeah, that was the deal. If they don't get relegated, they keep him. If they get relegated, which they have, he comes back to Arsenal. So he's still our player.
Just let him stay there, bro. To be honest,
I would have kept him.
They ran him out.
By the way, did you see what happened to him and
Yeah, they ran him out.
I never seen the video. Have you guys seen it?
I just want to say one thing. They say we're toxic.
Jesus Christ! Can you
bloody hell?
Nobody was physical.
They better not be running back to London.
In their lives, nobody ever tried to beat up anybody.
Listen, I said on the football terrace yesterday, there's people are going to be playing for their livelihoods. They won't be able to feed their children after a couple seasons when they're done at Arsenal. I'm telling you.
No, come on, man. These guys are earning millions a year, bro. They're set for life. They could retire to Aubameyang.
They got their
Aubameyang,
when you have that kind of money,
Aubameyang earns probably 15 million a year. That guy could work 1 year.
I'm not talking about Aubameyang. I'm talking about the fringe players.
They're still earning millions, bro. They've got sponsorship deals and all that stuff. They're rich.
A lot of money, man.
All of them. Every single one of them have endorsement deals from
Adidas,
New Balance, companies that we don't even know about because it's not big news, but it's in the millions.
Kolasinac probably got something in. Where's he from? Bosnia. He's probably got some Bosnian brand. Like, you're the face of our thing. They do. Footballers get a lot of sponsorships that 100%. We don't even know about.
Okay,
Yeah,
so bringing it back to this, where'd it go? Oh, I unshared it. Okay,
Oh,
one
no.
second. So the first thing that I was bringing to defense was that, right? The actual squad. When you look at the squad, there's one thing, they lack consistency. We know that. Just look at our February. Since we went on the good run, we lost 2 games in a row. We won one. We lost another one. We won one. We drew. We drew again. We lost. And then and then you look at the actual setup. We're overly reliant on David Luiz, Tierney, Xhaka, Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and to score goals, and then Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe to create. Right? We have if any of those guys get injured, we're fucked. Literally, we're fucked.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, the senior players are majority of the rot. If you look at these guys, the senior players are the rot. Look at Rob Holding, senior player. Bellerin, senior player. What do you call it? Granit Xhaka. A lot of you guys don't like him. He's a senior player. Then you got Aubameyang, Lacazette, senior players. Not
Willian.
Willian,
Where's
yeah.
Willian? He's not even on this list because he's irrelevant.
How valid?
Whoever thought that would be a good signing? Imagine.
Yeah, Edu.
I know.
Edu did.
I know.
Yeah, Willian's not even on the
he's doing
list.
me a favor, innit? They're from the
Donkey,
same
bro.
country, he's doing me a favor.
Yeah, they were playing Uno one night. Be like, oh, yeah, you free? You free after the summer? Yeah, cool, man. Oh, we
I
got a
would've put a
restaurant
reverse
downstairs
column.
as well. Oh, we
Yeah.
got a restaurant together. Oh, yeah, man, come. It's
And-
fine.
and-
Don't worry. Like, we'll sort you out.
Yeah, and Arteta
Deals for the boys. What's
trying
going
to-
on?
Did you guys hear?
Arteta keeps trying to justify that signing. That's why he keeps playing. And
He
it-
told, apparently, Willian came out, the fraud, came out at the start of the season and said, Arteta's told me that we're winning Champions League in 3 years. Get him out. Get him out, bro. Get him out. I'm sorry.
Well, you
get him
can't win
out.
it next year. He's got to win it by next year, and you ain't going to win.
How
the
are you
Champions League.
making those statements? We're a meme.
Because he's ignorant. Because he thinks he's better than he is.
This is
Yeah.
why
Yesterday.
he is an arrogant manager. I'm not going to
Arteta
lie. He
showed
is.
the naivety of a child. Because none of us, all of us here are teenagers or older. None of us would have done what he did yesterday.
That's the
Only a
worst thing. That's how
child-
bad it
a
is.
child who has no- I'm telling you, he showed the naivety of a child yesterday.
He's trying to look like the big dog.
The European
Yeah,
semi-final. What the hell was that?
Yeah, but as an
Yeah.
outsider, I've never got when people say he needs his own players, he needs better players. Based on what? As a West
Rubbish.
Ham, I've seen rubbish managers, and I'm telling you now, he's one of the worst managers. Not just saying that because I don't like him. He's one of the worst managers I've ever seen. The way he treats people, the way he changes his team, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Wow.
You know what's funny? Yeah,
One second. Let me just read this quickly. And Jay Lings, I don't know what you're doing, but you keep timing out people. You're on punishment. You're taking off mod duty for a little bit. You need to stop timing out people every time they say something. You can't be timing out somebody for saying something like criticizing me. They can criticize me. They just can't cuss.
We need a controversy. It works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, smash up likes, Pete. Smash up likes.
Yeah, people like
smash them likes.
Sorry about that, Jillings, but I'm gonna have to take you off mods duty for a little bit. Now, 2 comments. First one, main issue at Arsenal is the footballing structure from the board members to the players, and the massive overhaul is needed. I think we all agree. Another one is the hierarchy and recruitment is the problem. You can fix that by taking out Arteta. You are only papering over cracks. Coaching. What coaches don't do enough.
I'm sorry. I don't.
The coaches behind him. Yo, let me get started on these coaches. Have you guys seen the
He was on his
picture?
phone yesterday. He was on his phone yesterday. He was on his
Who are his coaches?
Do you know who recommends those coaches to the people who hire them?
Who?
The manager.
Yeah, that's true.
Shocking,
yeah,
that,
that's
innit?
true.
He
That is
wanted
true.
these guys
He
back.
brings on Steve Round.
Look,
Who's Steve Round?
You think
Who is the brother who's always got the AirPod in?
If Arteta,
Steve Round
was on his phone.
if Arteta goes to Edu or Vinay next week and says, "I want a new coaching staff," they're going to get him that because he's the manager. Yeah? The fact that he sat there content with them, sitting on an iPad, doing shit like that. Bun this manager, man. Seriously, if you're okay with your coaching staff sat there on his phone playing Crossy Road, whatever he's doing,
that ain't the picture.
Get
The
out,
worst
man.
picture.
Get
That's the
out.
worst picture.
Seriously.
I'll get it.
Yeah, 'cause
None
he's
of
on
them.
his
So
phone.
none of them.
Wait, I haven't even seen this picture. What's going on?
Like,
They're all sat there looking down
They're all
on the
sat
phones and
there
stuff like that.
doing nothing.
you know what? Yeah, like when you're a manager and you're engrossed in the game, I get that you might miss a few things or be so engrossed that certain things are oblivious. But that's what your team is for. That coaching staff, that's what they're for.
That's what Mourinho said. That's what Mourinho said about that. His second manager, his assistant. I don't know what his name is, but he said,
I think it was. Yeah.
That's what they're there for. Steve Brown, get him out, man.
You know what's mad with Mourinho's as well? There's certain games where if Mourinho was winning, say 3 or 4-0, he literally let Sacramento manage the rest of the game. He'd sit back and have a coffee while the other guy manages it. Could you imagine Arteta's staff taking over the game?
No, Cams, if you're watching,
Jesus Christ,
please send me the picture on my Twitter because I can't find it in the group. Yeah,
it's really far up, man. Them guys.
No, it's mad. Yeah. So the whole coaching staff is sitting on their chair like they're at an airport.
Yeah, because you got them under the thumb, saying, "Yo, don't."
This is the thing, mate. The thing is, right? The thing is, people say about the recruitment and things like that, right? And I understand that, but I swear, weren't we told at the start of I think the start of the season that Edu and Arteta work on the recruitment together?
Yeah.
He's making decisions. Man, listen, Xhaka was gonna leave last January, right? He was off to Germany. Arteta comes in and begs him to stay.
Sign Ceballos,
right? That spinning Beyblade, bruv. That guy in the middle, leave him in Spain. On a serious level, I've had enough of him. That's not the first time he's done something stupid like that as well.
He's trying to get us knocked out of the competition 3 times.
He's done it before.
3 times.
That's what I'm saying. I would have preferred El Nene yesterday, to Dani Ceballos. I would have preferred El Nene on the pitch. And the worst thing is, right, that absolute idiot makes a challenge, and then his dad's sitting on the bench thinking, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna let him go on and get on with it." When everyone is screaming, take him off. He's already he's mad, right? He's gonna get sent off. I saw a tweet yesterday saying Dani Ceballos red card bingo. That's how bad it is when Arsenal fans are predicting what minute that clown's going to get sent off.
Bro, it was plain to see. He got a yellow card, and then
it reminds me of Wenger's older days.
As soon as we came on the second half, he did something else.
This is it.
The referee went up to him and said, "Yo,
it's so bad.
Be careful." Wrote his name down.
Yeah.
Man's messaging his wife. I'm going to be home early. Don't worry.
Oh, he's playing Candy Crush, bro. On a serious note, like this guy's an idiot, man. What are they doing?
I think you guys are being very judgmental with the current situation that is going around the world.
In what way? Enlighten us, please.
We don't know whom he is texting. Maybe because they're not allowed to keep their phones with them.
That's just a joke.
You shouldn't be doing it when you're managing a game anyway.
No, they're not allowed to ideally keep their phones around when they're managing a game. So if someone has a phone, that it means that there is a reason why he would have probably had his phone with him.
Okay, so explain the other two then. That's one of them's literally looking up in the sky like he's looking at an airplane or something. The point is,
it's an image taken out of context.
I've seen a lot of people. Cams, he got Cams. He got a lot of hate in the group chat for complaining about that. And to be honest, I don't know why. At the end of the day, what he's trying to say is this has happened every single game. These guys are consistently not paying attention. They've got AirPods in. They're leaving iPads open. Have you seen? They had a tactics book the other week, maybe like 2-3 months ago. And it was just open, and the cameras were looking at all the tactics, and one of them had to come over and close it because that's how clumsy.
Was that in Europa? Was that in the Europa League game?
Yeah,
they just remember that. It was, wasn't it?
Open. It's like
I remember.
They always just sit there and do absolutely nothing. You see, Mourinho's
incompetence.
Mourinho picks his teams to perfection because every time he has a team, they react with him. You see, when I think it was when he was at Man United, there was like a red card or something, and all his team just jumped up and ran at the referee and that.
It's a collective.
Would you ever see Arsenal do that?
It's a collective.
Never.
I feel
one second. What I'm going to do is, Tommy and Natish and Corey, I'm just going to take you guys out for a little bit, just for the aesthetics, so everyone can see us clearly, and then I'll add you guys back in for the last half hour. So just come back in like 10 minutes, okay? So guys, I just want to express the moment I take them off for the camera. It's cool. So I had a couple questions that I asked people on Twitter today, and I wanted to run through them with you guys, and you tell me if you agree or disagree with these people's points. Okay. So the first person here is talking about he's talking about the core of players will go what
unscathed. So it's like they'll get away with it for
with the fourth manager, right? And that back line is a joke. Ceballos left Partey exposed all game, and you know what he's saying? Get 2 windows in a full year. So he wants Arteta to stay for another year. KJ, my guy, he says, I'll tell you this time next week. Oh, so he's depending on the Europa League. You got United fans saying, genuinely, I think he's part of the problem. No banter, just real talks. Arteta is not the problem. You should never have gotten the Arsenal manager position.
Arteta. He's saying he should have never got the job in the first place. So
he's saying it's the owner, right? And also putting it on the players. They're not enough quality players, right? All of the rest need to get in the bin besides Tierney, Saka.
But do we not have enough quality to beat Villarreal? Were they special yesterday?
Do we not have enough quality to beat Burnley, bro?
They were average.
Look, and then you got 3 people on the back just saying part of the problem, clearly, part of the problem, terrible manager. 50-50.
He said terrible manager. I hope he stays for a long time. That's a rival fan, you know.
Yeah,
Man United fan. Yeah, he loves it. He knows it. He's the
massive part of the problem. Even if we win the Europa League, Arteta out.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
this guy here says the solution.
That's embarrassing.
I agree with that.
This guy here says the solution.
Do you know the worst thing is? Yeah. This is going to sound very controversial, but please understand what I'm trying to say, right? I never want Arsenal to lose a game ever. I will never ever. I don't care how bad we are, right? Yep. We could be relegated. I don't give a damn. Win the goddamn game, right? But I think if we do win that Europa League, that's going to set us back. And then if we don't win it, in terms of everyone will be like, oh my god, Arteta's won the Europa League. Incredible scenes. He's the next Pep.
Just like the FA Cup.
Incredible.
Like the FA Cup.
Exactly. Just like the FA Cup.
That's what we do, yeah.
Just like the FA Cup, everyone's gassed. Oh, we've had a better season than Man United. You know, all of that. And then, next season.
As much as everyone agrees with you guys in that thread, there's a lot of people who agree with me also, and they have some valid points. Now, I'm gonna bring up one of them. You tell me if it's a valid point or if he's talking gibberish, right? This guy here, he says spot on. Okay, here we go. And you got a United fan right away retaliating. Where is it? Okay, so good thread, spot on. If Arteta wins the Europa League this season with the group of players that we have, that has to be regarded as one of the best managers in the league.
What am I reading? This guy's not rolling around. He's not rolling around with Sheffield United. What's going on? He's got a striker.
It's a cup competition.
He's got a striker that scored 20 plus.
It's all about luck and outcomes. It's not. You know what I mean? Oh.
Okay, I'm getting ripped. Just to tell you guys what this was about. This was do we have deep-rooted issues, or is Arteta not the solution to the problem?
It's both. But when you already have deep-rooted issues and then you add
on top of that, you don't need someone who doesn't know.
Okay, so the first point was obviously the 38 games, and I just used February as an example. Then I said the over-reliance on certain individual players, and we don't have an alternative. And I used Kieran Tierney's move against West Brom as an example. We don't have anyone else that could play in the left-back position that does anything similar to what Kieran Tierney does. Depending on youngsters, like Bukayo Saka to score his goal versus Chelsea. Then you got Mikel Arteta. I held him accountable for the mistakes he makes on the pitch, but obviously I didn't write a whole paragraph about it because you guys know I'll get ripped apart if I did. And then, what do you call it? What was this? Arsenal haven't had a key player fit together. What? Oh, sorry. Arsenal haven't had their key players fit together all season. So my point was, if Leno, Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel. No, just I'm giving you examples. Players that have
not Bellerin.
Okay, guys, don't get caught up on the Bellerin part. The point is, players who were key to the team that if they were fit, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. Leno, David Luiz, Gabriel, Tierney, Xhaka. If Odegaard was here from the beginning, if Smith Rowe was healthy from the beginning, if Aubameyang was fit the whole season, if Saka was fit, if Partey was fit, that's a lot of ifs. But
just a quick one, Emil Smith Rowe. Emil Smith Rowe was fit. He brought him back from Huddersfield. He just didn't play him when everyone was calling. When everyone was calling for 2 months before. I'm pretty sure. Am I not
I'm
mistaken?
pretty sure he was injured, bro.
He was injured for a while, but like Martinelli, he's come back and he was just sat there for maybe a month or two, just doing nothing, like Martinelli is right now. Anyone, I'm just saying, anyone that wants to, anyone that uses the excuse that Martinelli's injured or unfit right now, please just stop talking.
No, he's not injured.
That's not it.
He's not injured.
Yeah,
Arteta don't rate him.
Let's just bring it back to my before I get to the conclusion. The other point was the 4 right backs and the 1 natural footed left back, with the 2 ball playing left footed center backs and only 1 ball playing right footed center back, in addition to Aubameyang and Lacazette being our only real goal scoring threats at the top of the pitch, right? And then you have Gabriel Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, some of these. So this was to conclude, we need massive overhauls. The only players I would keep are Tierney, Partey, Gabriel, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka. I feel like everyone else is expendable to a certain degree. And you know what? Especially guys like Elneny shouldn't be celebrating even in the Europa League with us. You should sell a bunch of them, right? And this summer, if we're not ruthless and we don't do anything, forget about celebrating for FA Cup. We won't be celebrating anything ever again. But yeah, big up to friggin' that website, the Arsenal Review. Their shit's amazing. So they inspired me to do this. And yeah, you guys already know. Subscribe to Think People. But yeah, let's get it back to normal. That was my little slideshow that I wanted to show you guys. After listening to all that, you guys seem more convinced that he's not the guy.
100%. It's loads of if, buts, and maybes.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking facts. That's all. What if this wasn't injured? What if he wasn't injured? You know what I mean? Give us facts. Look where we are. Facts.
I can give you a quick fact. I actually did a thread as well on the other end of why he's the problem. But
okay, sure.
No, it's all good, man. I'll just summarize the points anyway. But one of the points you made was that he doesn't have a ball playing centre back, or he has 1 ball playing right footed centre back. Yeah, because he got rid of Saliba. And anyone I know it's going to happen here. Oh, but Saliba was disciplinary. Oh, he's too young. I don't care, man. Don't use that as an excuse then, because when everybody says that there's holes in the squad, there is. The squad isn't good enough with or without the loan players. But I find it really ironic that the likes of Guendouzi, the likes of Willock, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, they're playing better in the teams they're in. Why is Steve Bruce getting more out of Willock than what Arteta did? Why is Big Sam getting more out of Maitland-Niles than Arteta did? Why is Emery getting more out of Maitland-Niles and Willock than Arteta has? And again, Guendouzi, this common misconception again that he's not playing well for Hertha, that he's been dropped, that he has disciplinary issues over there. He's all wrong. There's just none of it's true. I watch the Bundesliga every single week because I prefer that league to the Premier League. Yeah. And I can tell you right now, without Guendouzi, Hertha would be in a bigger relegation battle. He's one of their main players. He has no disciplinary issues. And the manager only speaks good things about him. And the manager said, to be totally honest, I didn't want to play him anyway because I don't want to use loan players over my players. But he was forced to because that's how good he is. He's consistently in the France under-21 team. And if you genuinely believe that Guendouzi, first off, wouldn't walk into our midfield and second off, wouldn't improve it, please just watch him over the season at Hertha because he's so important. Watch the Hertha Berlin versus Bayern game. That guy was creating chances more than I've seen Ødegaard do for us this season.
What the hell is this guy talking about?
So to be honest, man, there's so many players that he sent out that are doing better. Saliba's another one. The guy's absolutely ripping it up for me.
Let me just
come on, man.
Let me ask this question to the guests, JR and JR, and everyone else on the panel. If he wins the Europa League, has he done his job?
He's done a part of his job. Yeah. Top 4. He skipped top 4 and got to Champions League, and that's what top 4 is, isn't it? So
listen, I said something ridiculous yesterday. I have to retract that statement. Huh? He's not a legend if he wins us the Europa League, but he will be remembered as a hero.
No, he won't.
No.
Why?
No, he won't. He's one of the worst managers in the history of this football club. And if you tell me you disagree, I don't care. You cannot come to me and tell me he's a good manager because he wins a cup competition. Roberto Di Matteo won a Champions League. They told him months after, piss off. He won a Champions League for that club. That's their first in their whole history.
Look at Ranieri.
If Arteta won a Champions League for us, right? Arsenal fans would have a statue. They'd want a statue out of Stade Emirates. If he won as a temporary manager, like a temporary caretaker, like Di Matteo did, Chelsea told him in a bit, "You're not the guy. You just temporary. You did well, but you're not the guy." We want the guy, and they went and got whoever the hell they got. And a couple years after, Conte came in, they won the league 3-4-3. The thing is, right, as Arsenal fans, we hold on to so much because our standards have dropped considerably. Do you think 10, 15 years ago, right, Arsenal fans would be sitting on live streams saying, listen, I know we're 10th, but this manager's a good manager. Be real, please,
Bloody
seriously,
hell.
right? 10, 15 years ago, right, when the likes of Thierry Henry, Ashley Cole, Vieira, all these players have just gone, right? We've still got Wenger. He's got like the Cesc Fabregas he's trying to build, right? Are you really telling me we'd be sitting there thinking, you know what? You know, in 13 years' time, you lot are all going to be sitting crying about being 10th in the league. And on top of that, you're going to have majority of the fan base backing the manager who's got you in 10th in the league. Come on. This is the problem, right? Because we've gone through so much, right? Our standards have been lowered season after season, right? Something happens, we get a little bit of a high, like an FA Cup. Oh, we're back. Vibes, right? Keeps getting lower every single season. It's not acceptable. And this is what I'm saying. How far are people going to back whatever's going on, right? Before they say, okay, you know what, right? Enough's enough. I can't go lower than this. Like, how low do Arsenal fans want to go? Because I'm sorry, for me, 6th and 7th is too low for me.
100%.
Facts.
For me.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, people. Yeah. I'm gonna bring on the man himself, Sean, one of the nicest guys to ever come on my channel. Big up to you, Sean. Sean, quick question: are you Arteta in or out, mate?
Out.
Arteta out. Really?
Yeah.
When did it change?
I I watched the Everton match of the mistake of the goalkeeper. That's the one.
That was it.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah.
About that as well.
Yeah.
Everton, yeah.
You know what, guys? Big up Sean.
Big up Sean.
Big up Sean, man. It's facts. Facts.
Yeah.
You see the whole Martinez debacle as well. You should never let him go.
Yeah,
You
legit.
let him play, you keep him, and you promise him, you play until he does a mistake, then you bench him, and then you bring Leno back in. You know what I'm saying? That's how you deal.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
So Sean,
Sean, I brought you on to ask your question. What was your question you're going to ask the boys?
Are you all Arteta out?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except for
Egal's
except for me, Corey, and Nitish. Everyone else is Arteta out.
I'm nearly there, bro. I'm
He's
pretty
there.
much
At the
there.
end of the stream, Corey's with us. I'm telling you. Corey's vibing.
I'm legit hanging off the fence. I'm just waiting for someone to pull my arm over.
Why though? Why are you hanging off the fence?
You know what he is? You know what he is? He's troops before he went to America.
Arteta, my
No, man. When it gets to you, don't worry. Just let us know.
do you all think we might keep Arteta until May?
I think we're gonna keep Arteta past May, and he's gonna stay.
He's gonna be here next season. Yeah,
he's gonna be here at least next December.
Christmas, I think Christmas is probably when I'll get sacked if we're being honest.
Sean,
you think so?
Thanks for coming on, Sean. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, big up Sean, man.
Thank you.
Big up Sean, mate.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, man.
See you in a bit, man.
Yo, Corey, what are you saying?
This whole Arteta being here next season, it just reminds me of Emery, because we were saying the same thing after we lost the Europa League, that if Emery doesn't do this, and that, he's gone by Christmas. And it's the same thing with Arteta.
So you're saying we should get rid of him now?
It's not up to us. We're talking. We're referring to the board.
Guys, he's gone. He's
vote.
officially head over. On the...
Wait.
No, I'm talking about like what fans were saying. Like fans were saying,
bro,
if fans were saying before last
days.
season, if Emery does not get top 4, he needs to get sacked.
Yo, Arteta wouldn't have never signed a job. Like, if I was the owner, he wouldn't have even been here in the first place.
Yeah.
The same.
And
I don't
if
think he
it's
should have gotten the job.
Let's be honest. If it's up to the fans, if the and I solely and genuinely do believe this, if the fans are in the stadium this whole time,
no one's taking Arteta in a bit. Yeah, in a bit.
Arteta was gone after Aston Villa 3-0. Never mind Burnley 1-0. After that, he's gone. You know what I was going to say as well? You said that the Man United fans want Arteta to stay. You know what they'd be singing right now if we were in the stadiums? Mikel
want you to
Arteta,
stay.
we want you to stay.
Yeah.
Same
Same as
They
Wenger.
want us to keep. They want
Same
us to
as
flop,
Wenger.
bro.
Same as Wenger.
We've done it with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before. We've done it with Jose Mourinho, and this is what we get. We now get the bad manager. We all, some for whatever reason, want to keep him, and they're all bantering us because of it. When a rival fan wants you to keep a manager, that manager's not good. That's when you need to get rid of him.
I said I haven't seen enough evidence to want him sacked. Let me ask TJ. Man literally said, "Oh my god," as I brought him on the stream.
No, but you still haven't told us why you want him to stay.
I want him to stay because I feel like with the squad and everything, I haven't seen enough evidence that he is a bad manager and he is the sole reason why we're losing. If he was the sole reason why we're losing all these games, then I'd be like, yo, you know what? He's got to go. But the fact of the matter is, when we brought in him and we brought in Emery, we still didn't improve.
Yeah, but
let me go.
Remember, this is a team sport. It will never be one person's fault why we lose a game.
It's a collective. There's always collective. Yeah.
It's always a collective.
People are saying, "Are you kidding me, Egan?" I'm not kidding you.
Individual mistakes has definitely lost us 4 games, 4 solid games that I can guarantee. The rest I can't remember. 4 games.
No, but individual mistakes from players that he puts there.
Yeah, play them in there.
East Bios.
The whole square pegs in round holes.
What am I kidding you about? I never said anything. I'm not joking. I'm not a comedian.
I think he's talking about the evidence when he says not enough evidence to sack him. There's clearly enough evidence. There's clearly enough evidence to be like.
Has there been enough evidence to keep him then?
Exactly. That's the question.
Yeah. For me, there hasn't. If you're telling me a manager can win the FA Cup, all right. It's a cup competition. Listen, there's been managers that have won cup competitions in separate one-off games. Even us as fans, we know, right? Let's say if we were playing Man United next week in the Europa League final, all of us would have some kind of hope that, you know what? In one-off games, we can see Arsenal turn up. But on a 38-game consistent period, the consistency is not there. Exactly. It's not there. Cup competitions are on top of the league. They were always that extra. They were the cherry on the top. It's not the freaking cake.
You know the maddest thing about that stat is for me. We all remember when Ranieri won the league with Leicester, right? Nobody expected that. Leicester fans didn't expect it. Ranieri didn't expect it. The funniest thing is, right? They won that league, the first league they've won in decades, yeah. They sacked Ranieri the season after because they finished 11th, 13th, something like that.
They were in the relegation.
Let's put that into Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal win the league next week, yeah. Just hypothetically, we win the league with Arteta next week. The season after, we're in relegation zones. We're finishing 13th. Arsenal fans, what we'll say is, yeah, but he won the league last season. Yeah, but he won the league last season. Why are Leicester showing more ambition by sacking a league-winning manager the season after for finishing bottom half of the table? Yet we're sat here content with an FA Cup and a Europa League. They won the league. And they sacked him. The ambition of Leicester Football Club is higher than Arsenal. Leicester compared to Arsenal.
The entire situation was different.
No, their ambition as a club is bigger than ours. How much money have they spent on players?
No, I've seen your thread as well. It is half incorrect. Half of the information there is incorrect as well. No, the
fans' ambition as well.
Exactly, the fans want more than we do.
So you're saying the fans' ambition, but the fans are screaming for Graham Potter to replace Arteta.
I'd rather go. I don't.
He would play better football.
He's not on number 1.
Who's screaming that? Come on.
He's not on number 1. People are saying they'd rather have him than Arteta.
Hold on, that will talk nonsense. But let's talk about the majority. Nobody's even mentioning Graham Potter.
Yeah, I'd take him over Arteta. Not as number 1 though. Not as number 1.
No, let's get into the Leicester situation that you just mentioned. First of all, when Leicester got the Premier League title, the next season they went into the Champions League. And what happened? They got rid of some of their players and they sold them. And eventually what happened is they fell down into the relegation zone because they were not able to cope with the Champions League and the Premier League both at the same time. They did not have the squad depth.
Ranieri lost the change room.
Because of that reason
funny,
as well.
though, isn't it? Because you're giving an excuse for Leicester as to why they would keep Ranieri, yet they still sacked him.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. If that was Arteta, the fans would be still creaming over the fact that he won the Premier League the season before.
Let him finish.
Post that, they sold their main players, which was Kante and Mahrez. And what they did is they now had to
They
rebuild.
didn't sell Mahrez. They
Now
didn't sell
Ranieri-
Mahrez.
They didn't sell
They,
Mahrez.
they didn't
They
sell
sold him.
Mahrez.
But yeah, the thing is,
Second season,
I'm
they
not
didn't sell him.
going exactly in the same year, but what I'm trying to say is they wanted to sell their players. Even Jamie Vardy got an offer from Arsenal, and all those things were happening at that point of time. So the thing was, they wanted someone who will push them again to the top four with youngsters, rather than having Ranieri, who had some of these players that were already being sold around. And he may also not agreed with the fact that some of his key players were being sold after they had won the league, just because they could not cope with the European football and the Premier League at the same time. And what they did is eventually they got rid of him. They got a Brendan Rodgers, and then they started signing younger and unknown players, and him to utilize the sources that he was given. So this is a different situation. If tomorrow Arsenal does win the Premier League title, even if we get back into the Champions League, we have enough money and squad depth to actually compensate and compete in both competitions, though we will not be able to do much in the Champions League, which is a known fact, which we have seen from under Wenger for the last 15 odd years. So the next thing is Arsenal's and Leicester City is first not comparable. The second thing is, with respect to you saying that if you have seen most of the fans say today, they say that Emery is better than Arteta. Emery is a cup manager. His tactics were cup tactics. If you see the tactics that Arteta was brought into, he was always brought in to play a 4-3-3 or a 4-3 transitioning formation into a 4-3-2-1 or whatever other tactic which would be more attack minded. It was never going to be a 3-4-3. I said at the start of this season.
I've got a point.
I get what you're trying to say.
You've given us enough evidence
to
to back your point. What I want to know now is, TJ, you came on. What did you want to ask the man? You got JR and JR who's come on for the first time in a long time. What are you going to say to them?
No, this was kind of more aimed at you specifically. I was just going to say, I don't get how you or anyone else can possibly stay at it in.
You know why?
It makes no sense.
No, Samuel, stop. Let me give you the easiest answer. There are some people who believe, like myself, that if we were to sack Arteta, we would put ourselves in a worse situation.
But why?
But how?
The reason why I say that is because there hasn't. I don't think, with the squad that we have and the players that we currently have, and in the job that we have to do in this summer, we're better off to go into the rebuild in the summer with someone who's already worked with this team and knows people's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, but that's like saying,
he doesn't use them. He doesn't
use his strongest players.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, you said that if we sacked Arteta, we'd be in a worse position. Okay, so if you're telling me we were to get, for example, I'm not saying this is my first choice. He's just a name that has been thrown around a lot. If we had Allegri in charge, would we be worse than 10th? I don't think we would. No, I'm sorry. I don't think
Allegri was working from the beginning of the season until now. Probably we wouldn't be in the same situation.
We wouldn't be in 10th. We wouldn't.
But you know why we wouldn't be in the same situation? Is because he would have the managerial experience to get us out of certain situations.
That's the point, though. That's the point. He's learning. He's not got his driver's license. He's taking lessons.
Listen, you guys was going about Allegri. Listen, we could have had Allegri in 2017 after the FA Cup final. Arsene Wenger could have left, and Allegri was willing to take the Arsenal job. He was all for it, but Arsenal Wenger decided to stay, signed another 2-year contract, which ended up being another year. So if he left a year earlier, we would have had Allegri right now, and possibly
we would have had Klopp or Pep in 2013.
Let's say I'm simping for Arteta, bro. I am not
interested
in men. I'll tell you that.
But they tried to get Allegri when instead of Unai. But he said, yeah.
Allegri's smart. He's like, you lot.
They said how much?
Yeah, but that's in the past.
But did you see Ten Hag? Did you see Ten Hag? Ten Hag is like, yo, I want this.
That's got nothing to do. At least them men are trying to show for ambition. I would take Ten Hag over Arteta. Would anyone on this panel take
over him?
Yeah, but you guys said they were trying to.
Fun fact about Ten Hag.
Yo, JR, do you want Jose?
No.
I would take him.
The boss football. Nah, get out.
Who cares? That's an irrelevant discussion. That's an irrelevant discussion. No, it's an irrelevant discussion. Jose works for TalkSport. It's an irrelevant discussion. There's no point in bringing him up anymore. He's not a manager anymore.
But JR just said he would take Big Sam over Jose Mourinho.
I would.
Big Sam.
Yeah.
Over Jose.
I'd take him over
If
Jose.
it's Jose or Big Sam, I'm taking Jose.
Listen, I've got something, okay, to some Arsenal fans saying Arsenal have a philosophy. Yes, Arsenal do have a philosophy. And you know what our philosophy is, guys? Winning trophies.
We're not doing very well at that, are we?
That is our philosophy. We have to win by any means. Good, ugly football, good football. We've done it all.
Listen,
Just win by any means.
Do you remember this? Do you remember this?
Listen.
I heard man say non-negotiables. Yeah, non-negotiable.
Yo, let me just play this. Everyone just go quiet for a second. If you remember what the man said.
There are some things that have to have a blueprint, he said. We have to have passion. We have to be dominant. We have to be aggressive. We have to play in the opponent's territory as much as we want. I want the ball. I want to attack them as much as possible. I want to prevent them from attacking me as much as possible. But as well, I think we have to create the right culture around the club that's going to make a good living out of the players. Create an environment where everybody respects each other. A humility, and people have to be accountable for what we want to achieve. That's the basic, and then after we can grow from there. Then we can create an identity that I have in my head for this football club. But we have to start somewhere to try to build that up.
There's so much wrong. There's so much
attack as much as possible.
There's so much wrong.
Are you serious?
Most of that.
Someone in the comments said that's Stephen Hawking.
Huh? Can you imagine?
No, they always see that. They always.
Rude. There's so much wrong in that statement. There's so much wrong. First of all, he's listen. Obviously, he's not gonna come in and say, "Listen, we want to play boring football." Blah blah blah. He's gonna come say, "We want to do this." He's gonna obviously say what the fans want to hear, which is fine, fair enough. I wouldn't even mind if you're saying all that, and I can see that.
Yeah,
we can't see that. Are we aggressive? Are we?
Bro,
nope.
Are we passionate? Are we passionate? Are we passionate? Like
not even one shot on target.
No, but yo, culture change takes a while. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't.
Culture change doesn't take a while.
It does take a while.
I just need 30 seconds.
It does. Listen,
let me just say.
Years to implement.
No, it doesn't. No, Sam, this is what I really want to get. Where's this time come from? This is British media going, it takes time to do this. You know what time does? You don't get time back. That's what people forget. You don't get time back.
Have you noticed the media are not after Arteta?
Why would they?
Why would they be? I need 30 seconds. I just want to say one thing.
Old news. It's boring now. That's why.
The thing is, we started off when we started off the season. I said we'll finish between 6th and 10th. The reason for that is because last season we ended the season with a 3-4-3, and Arteta was always brought into the club to play attacking football. That is a 4-3-3, or as I said, a formation similar to that. What happened is, I said the reason we'll finish between 6th to 10th is because Arteta will transition from his 3-4-3 into a 4-3-3 or a 4-3-2-1 kind of formation, which he has done. If you see, he started off the season with a 3-4-3. When Thomas Partey was purchased, he made it a 4-3-3.
Nitesh, do me a favor. Shorten up your explanations because you're going so long that I'm forgetting what you said at the beginning.
Yeah, so the thing is that we have transitioned from 4 formations in this league season. So you are saying that because we are 10th in the league, we are struggling. But the thing is, we have transitioned from a 3-4-3 to a 4-3-3, where we attack from the wings, where then we got our central midfield player, which we have transitioned to a 4-2-3-1. And eventually now we are trying to fill the 4-2-3-1 with the right kind of players. That is why this has taken time, and our league position is 10th.
No, that is not a good.
Can I tell you why we've switched formations?
But that shows that he doesn't know what he wants to do. But is that
exactly?
Okay, as a manager, if you come in as a manager, you got to have plans saying, "Listen,
thanks for coming on, TJ."
This is what I want.
I've said this. When he comes in, he obviously got told what players, and obviously decided what he could do with what player in what position before he come. Because he spoke with the owners.
That's what a manager interview is. You ask them, like you would surely ask a manager, what is your style of play? What do you want to bring to this team? Yeah, I want to do this, this, and this. This is how I want to play.
Do you want?
This is these are the play. These are the types of players I like. These are the types of players that work in the system that I want to play. If you're coming in playing 3-4-3 and then you want to transition to 4-2-3-1, that just shows me that you're trying to adhere your style to the players. Do you think Bielsa at Leeds is telling any player, listen, if you come to my club, you're running 100 miles an hour all game, or you're not coming to this club?
Just like Klopp does.
Klopp.
Look at David Moyes. Look at David Moyes. I know but the thing is, he come in and he told him, if you don't run, you're not coming in the team. And we ain't a team that run. If you saw him half a season, we were get running so much more. This is nonsense when it goes, it takes a lot of time. It can take little time if you know what you're doing.
I think the players will come out. They'll come out and do all the, oh yeah, we believe in Arteta and all of that. But let's be real, right? Arteta's a very young manager. Are you really telling me if you're an Aubameyang or a Lacazette, you've played all over? Do you know some of our players have won more than our manager? That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but if, as a man, if you're a player and your manager is your boss, that's the guy you look up to. Anything that goes wrong, he will tell you, all right, lads, this is going wrong in the game. This is what you need to do. Why would players who have won more than their own manager respect what the manager wants? They're looking at them thinking, hang on a second. You've just come in. You're a novice.
Especially if it isn't working. Especially if it isn't working. If it works,
exactly. If it works, it'd build the confidence. It'll be the team saying, okay, this manager's come in. We're doing what he's saying, and it's working. We trust you. We'll keep it moving. Why would they trust something that's not working? Players are not idiots. They're not robots. They know what's going on. They see social media. They see these things. They're not. They're not. But come on, man.
I think people do question Arteta in the dressing room, and I think they've done it publicly also. It can get quite dark at times, and I've seen it. But what I would say right now is to all of us here, do you feel like he's lost the players? Because I don't think he's lost the players.
I'm surprised he hasn't lost them ages ago.
I'm surprised he hasn't.
One second. After hearing the article, I'm now Arteta out. What?
He's saying those statements have sent him over there.
No, you're saying I've done the opposite.
The article that you played, the voice note over, the voice.
Yeah, that thing that you just played. Yeah.
Okay, going back to that article. Yeah. If he says he wants players to be passionate, why do you get rid of Guendouzi?
Thank you.
Yeah, not
exactly.
Wrong. Yeah.
Discipline thing, yeah. I want to talk about Guendouzi, yeah, because I'm one of his biggest backers, and again, I watch him every single week for Hertha.
Everyone in the comment section, give a round of applause to Sean.
Yeah, man.
Big up Sean.
Love Sean, man. Big up, man.
Lad.
Legend, Sean.
I don't know who that is.
Well done, mate.
Continue, Gunnar first.
Yeah, about Guendouzi. I understand that he had the discipline thing against Brighton. That wasn't right. What he said to Maupay, obviously, I get that. Football gets heated, but come on, you're meant to be a role model, saying stuff like that. Silly. But however, what I will say is this. Yeah, every single player goes through disciplinary issues at a young age. There's a very small amount that don't. The likes of Saka, the likes of Martinelli. Look at Greenwood. Yeah. That guy's done some absolute madness. He's as well. Yeah?
He's done madness.
Let me ask you this, JR50, you're a FIFA guy.
Yo,
would you pick any of these Arsenal players even in FIFA?
No, I wouldn't.
They're all trash, bro.
No, they're all dead. Dead. All of them.
They're all trash.
They're all dead.
Only Odegaard because he has a high potential. That's the only reason why. He has a high potential.
Not even Saka.
I used to.
Saka's got a special card that I had.
Yeah, he's got that future icons.
That future stars card. That card was pretty sick, to be fair.
How is Bellerin 79 rated? I don't get that.
Wait, I got another.
No, but real quick, back to Guendouzi, yeah, about the discipline thing. About the discipline thing, right? I get that. Yeah, the discipline thing against Brighton.
I've indirectly converted Arteta's ins into Arteta.
No, exactly.
But yeah, so what Arteta was triggered about.
I've got a quick message. Which honestly, quick. If we get knocked out on Thursday, let this be known. I'm Arteta out.
Oh,
why is it one game? That's one game. Why one game?
Look what he's done to us in the league. Emery, who's been chastised.
No, you don't get this, man. Samuel's been Arteta in the whole way. The whole way.
I started in and
your faith of a manager.
It feels like your son telling you
he can't getting betrayed, bro.
I know. Safe see later.
No, but so with the Guendouzi, I'll quickly say the Guendouzi thing. Yeah. So the thing that Arteta was triggered about, he was triggered about him not apologizing, and I get that. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you're really going to be that petty where you're going to throw away a good young potential player like that because of one incident, and I get that there was an incident in Dubai with Socrates, we don't know anything about that, so I'm going to go on what we know, which is the only thing we know is the Brighton.
We know some stuff. We know David Luiz went up to him and said, "Yo, what you did was wrong. You have to apologize to Socrates," and he said, "F off."
But he didn't, and again that happens. Like I don't.
Wait. So he didn't, but then that happens.
He told Socrates, who doesn't play for us, to fuck off. Like, who cares? Socrates doesn't play for us anymore. I don't care. The thing with Guendouzi, Did Xhaka ever apologise for swearing at the fans, throwing the shirt and the armband
No,
on the
he
floor?
didn't. He tried to justify it.
Wait, did he
He
ever?
did, yeah, he justified it.
Wait. Did he ever? Wait.
No.
Let me finish. Did he ever apologise about the consistent amount of red cards and errors that Xhaka made? Did Xhaka ever apologise for making errors and red cards?
I remember that Sky Sports interview after Tottenham.
Bro. It's hypocritical
when he was on
for
United.
Arteta. It's hypocritical for Arteta to punish and send Guendouzi on loan and basically bin him, because he basically has binned him. They're saying they're going to get rid of him in the summer for one or two little incidents where he didn't say sorry, but to keep to beg Xhaka to stay at the club, to beg him to stay after he swore at the fans,
manhood,
threw his shirt, got red cards, got sent off, cost us games, cost us points. He never apologized for that. What's the difference?
Do you not believe in manhood?
What's the difference?
Do you not believe in manhood?
Yeah, but Guendouzi's becoming a man, so he's becoming immature. And again, he's mature. Since he's been at Hertha, he's become mature. He doesn't.
Yeah, because he's had a manager that can deal with him.
Not even that. And I wouldn't even say that. I'd just simply say the simple fact alone that he's grown up. I mean, I'm pretty sure his girlfriend's pregnant. They're expecting a child.
My man's having a kid.
That guy has to mature. Otherwise, he's going to fail as a parent. So,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I think with Arteta, he escapes conflict by getting rid of the conflict. With Martinez, the first big piece of conflict he had was Leno and Martinez. I genuinely believe he could have kept them both if he tried hard enough, but he got rid of the conflict by getting rid of Martinez. He just binned him off.
What, Gunnar Express? You know what you just reminded me of? Eto and Ibrahimovic. What they said about Pep.
Yeah.
So who's he learning from? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
No, but the thing
he's learned all the bad traits from Pep. Literally,
the worst I've seen in football.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He's learned all the bad traits.
Wait. You guys are saying Arteta is the worst manager you've seen in football.
Worst man.
One of them.
Man manager.
Yeah, worst man manager.
He's one of the worst in our. He's one of the worst in our history.
You know why?
I say that.
You play
I agree.
Oh, he's not worse than Terry Neal. Come on.
For no reason.
Nah, one of the worst, not the worst.
Oh,
consistent. And when you come off the bench, when he eventually gives you a chance and you score a goal or you do what you're supposed to do, have a good game.
On the bench.
And then on the bench. But then Willian will keep playing. Eddie Nketiah will keep playing.
And you wonder why you have no consistency.
I'm Ghanaian just like Eddie Nketiah is. And I don't want to see that guy in the club anymore. He's not Arsenal thing. You know
There's a reason why Chelsea got rid of him.
Yeah.
Facts.
So
okay, yo. I'm just gonna say this. You wanna know what it takes for me to get to become Arteta out?
Nothing.
Please enlighten us, because I don't think there is anything. I'm not gonna lie.
The end of his contract.
I think you're kind of just. I think you're just kind of
two things that can make me Arteta out. One, he loses the dressing room, or two, we are in the same situation. 10 games into next season, where he's making the same errors, even with an improved squad.
Okay, that's another season gone, isn't it? Why would you give him another season?
No, that's not another season gone. Literally, I'm gonna evaluate him and how he has improved as a manager and what improvements he's made over the summer based on the next 10 games from the beginning of next season. I feel like after 10 games next season, I will know where we will finish at the end of the season.
What do you think? What do you think Arteta needs? And in the summer, let's say you with Arteta, right? And he comes to you. What do you think he needs for him to pull out performances in this squad? What do you think?
For me, it's simple. I'm gonna show you what I think he needs.
A miracle.
I'm gonna put up an image of the team.
If you're all I'm gonna say is if you're telling me sell 10 and buy 10 kind of vibes, like
no, I'm just gonna look at this. I'm just gonna look at this lineup. Right now we have Lacazette. Up top, instead of Lacazette, I want Aubameyang up top, right?
Right.
Odegaard, in my opinion, we're not going to buy Odegaard. I don't think we're going to buy Odegaard.
So you need number 10 then.
Forget about Odegaard, right?
So who do you want there instead?
Jack Grealish.
Right, everyone was twerking over Alwa.
Messi in there, bro.
Everyone was twerking over Alwa. Now no one even knows who he is.
How much do you guys think Grealish?
I want Jack Grealish on the left.
Grealish, 100.
Yeah, they're going to demand 100.
Aston Villa are stupid if they demand less than 100. They're stupid.
I won't rate Grealish for Arsenal, man. I won't rate him. Like, where's the man?
I'm not. as
But
mad as it
depends on
sounds,
how
I
many
think
years he has left on his contract.
yeah, that's
He just
true.
signed a new one last summer.
He signed a new one last year.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they can get.
He made a mistake like what Zaha did.
But
Where he could have got a move, but he signed a new contract instead.
Zaha's been good this season.
No, Zaha couldn't get a move. They weren't letting him go.
So what number is Tierney? He's number 4 or number 3?
3.
They weren't Zaha they weren't letting him go, and he knew that when he left for Man U and they took him back.
They have a selling clause.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I just answer a question real quick? Vibes FC says in the chat about failing to qualify for Europe this season. How long has it been since we last did that? 25 years. 25 years.
Bro, Arteta's broken.
We've been in Europe. So if he fails to get in Europe, 25 years of regression, essentially.
How many records has he broken that are bad?
Oh, bro.
He's broken so many.
Like, it has to be 10 plus.
He could have a full Guinness World Record book full of them, bro. Seriously, he's broken so many, even like little minor ones here and there.
Changing, right? And you guys are gonna think
so bad.
You guys think this is unrealistic, but I'm gonna get a midfielder like Basuma.
That's not unrealistic though.
Some people are saying getting Basuma and Partey is not smart.
I get. I agree. It's not particularly smart. I think there's better out there. But I'd take
Basuma. Coming up. It's not a smart idea to get Basuma.
And let's forget about this dream scenario. Put the most realistic thing that is most likely to happen this summer.
I'll be honest.
This is realistic.
I'm seeing. Wait, Jack Grealish, realistic. Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
The only way we get Grealish is if no one else goes in for him, and that's
no one else is going in for him.
The only way we get Grealish if we tap up one of the guys we're negotiating with. We are not getting Jack Grealish, man. Come on. We're paying 100 mil.
I mean,
for Jack
first
Grealish.
off, Agal, even if no one else goes in,
we're not paying.
If we're not in the Champions League, we're not getting him. Because what if Aston Villa finishes Europa League? No, wait. So say no one goes in for him, yeah? It's between Arsenal or Aston Villa. If we're not in the Champions League, which means we're not in Europe, and Aston Villa finish Europa League, why the hell would he come to Arsenal?
Yeah,
he's in a European competition with Aston Villa, or he can leave Europe and come to Arsenal.
And he loves that club as well.
Pepe,
yeah, he does. He does.
He loves that club, man. So I don't even probably be like, what's probably going on?
We're not paying 100 mil for Grealish anyway.
There's no way. No way.
Listen. When the summer comes, and we spent over 150 mil on like 4 players, and somehow got another 80 mil to get Grealish, you guys laugh at me.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, guy, I've got a question for you. Okay.
Yeah. On a serious note, let's add some more people. Tommy, Corey, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you guys.
After that, I'll ask Gal a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Say hypotheticals. Okay, we get to the Europa League final.
Yo, big up Gunner Express. Have a good one, eh?
Bro, my camera's bugging. What's it?
Yeah, I'll chat to you later.
Yeah.
We're in the Europa League final. Okay. Manchester United are there for taking. He does the same thing he did last night. Doesn't do any subs. Keeps the players on the pitch. And United win.
Hey, mute this guy for me, please.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, what's going on?
Yo, Man United are on fire.
They got Bruno,
let's ask Muhan. What'd you come here to ask us?
No, I came here to say, like, obviously my first one is going to be a joke and ask you, is Partey still world class, you know? Because remember, you said he was. And my second thing is, keeping Arteta, like you said, for 10 games into next season, my only problem with that, either you stick with him for the whole season or you don't. Right now, you get rid of him. Because the next manager might not like the players that he signs in the summer, and the whole system has to reset. And the fans are not going to be happy. The manager, we want him gone again. All the things are going to repeat if the manager that comes in after Arteta, if he doesn't play well for the next 10 games during the next season, are going to be pissed. Like, he's going to get rid of the most of the team again. Fans are going to get pissed fully. And then it's just going to keep repeating and repeating. So it's like, I don't know. You guys are kind of down really bad unless you get an owner that's willing to keep sacking managers like Chelsea. But it's tough.
Yeah.
We can't be like Chelsea.
This is one guy who used to come on hyping, getting ready to cuss us. And right now he's talking like that.
Well, the thing is, by the way, I've been on every time. It's just I got banned off of YouTube. I had to make a new account, you know?
Dress. Imagine.
Oh, man. All right, yo, have a good one, bro.
You too, CBs.
All right, and we're gonna wrap it up there. Just before we go, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you haven't already checked out JR Fizzy's channel, you already know what it is. You gotta go check out JR Fizzy's channel. If you haven't already checked out my guy JR, he does a bunch of stuff with KSI. So go check out KSI's channel. I'm joking. and then what do you call it? Do me a favor, guys. Go to the first 11. They're doing fraud watch. Tell them Egal sent you. I'm gonna head over there right now after this. And JR, big up to you guys for coming on. Appreciate it. We had to talk about this.
You as well, my guy.
Yeah. Sure. What does your JR stand for?
Mine?
Junior.
Yeah.
Mine's not junior. Mine's a long story. Well, another day.
Okay.
Another day.
You guys know what EG stands for. It's the first 2 letters in my name.
Yeah.
Anyways, and you know what the kid stands for? It was
What's the example?
I had a choice between Egal Bold or EG the Kid, and I chose EG the Kid as my Twitter handle, and it just stuck. And my gamer tag used to be the Eagle Eye, because my name's Egal and Eagle Eye and everything. And then that stuck too. So I got so many nicknames. I even have another nickname from basketball. They used to call me Grasshopper because I had hops. But that's enough of these stories.
Listen, if you got hops, I'll see you on the court.
What?
I'll see you on the court next time you're in.
Bro, I'm almost 6 foot, right? I'm 5'10", 5'11", like in between.
Yeah,
but
same.
like I could dunk before. Like not anymore, but I could dunk. Yeah. I used to have hops. Not anymore, bro. Shit's I ain't fit no more.
Hey, bro,
Awesome show. Thank you. Yeah, and guys, do me a favor. Everyone go over there. Check out the first 11. We're gonna be there right now. Go now. Leave this channel. Go there. Tell them Egal sent you in the comment section. Say Egal sent you and subscribe to their channel. And you know what? Big up to everybody watching. Love you guys. Have a good one.